6. Potts, the running back, gets the ball, gets a good hold on first down. Roosevelt Potts, second-round pick from Northeast Louisiana, and one to watch, picks up 9 yards with Edwards and Smith making the tackle. Wide receiver lineup for the Colts. They give it to Potts, and Potts will get the first down. He's very tough to bring down, over about 250 pounds, a gain of 5 with Tolbert and Edwards that time. Showing blitz, and here comes the blitz and the play-action pass. Trudeau lays it in, and it's caught, and it'll be a first down. Territory. Both wide receivers caught only 2 passes last week against Denver. They go to Potts up the middle. Roosevelt Potts has another first down. Everett makes the tackle after a 12-yard pickup. Big Rosie, they call him. He says he's a tailback with a fullback body. There's an extra defensive back. Third down and 9 following the loss of 2 yards. Trudeau has some time, and his pass into coverage, and it's picked off by Thomas Everett. And the Cowboys blunt a Colt offensive parry there, and a 17-yard return as Trudeau has thrown his 5th interception of the season by Thomas Everett. So each team has had the ball once. We've had a turnover, and the pass out on the flat is to Emmitt Smith. Good spin move by Smith, and he'll get the first down. And is tackled close to midfield by Quentin Coryat for the Colts. Second down and 10 after no gain. Here's Darrell Johnston, who is ridden out of bounds by Dwayne Bickett after a pickup of 6 yards. So Aikman tossed to Michael Irvin on a slant play, and he got hit hard. He's got the first down to the Colts 35-yard line.
Great example. Of course, it never hurts when you have a Michael Irvin on the other end of that pass who's catching the kind of balls and having the sort of year he's having, but it's for Alvin Harper.
First down on the 35. Here's Emmitt Smith. May have room off the left side. And it was Dwayne Bickett as well as John Baylor coming in to stop Smith after a gain of 7 yards. Well, second down and 3 on the 28-yard line. Aikman dumps it over the middle to Johnston, and the fullback has another first down close to the 15.
The defensive coordinator of the Colts says he likes to dial up his defenses and keep the offense guessing. Well, right now the Cowboys have sort of stuck a stick in the spokes of that wheel right now as he jumps.
He's playing as hard as they are. Aikman is 6 for 7, and this pass is caught by Irvin, and he is out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Eugene Daniel has his hands full today covering Michael Irvin, that time on 11-yard pickup. Goal on the 5-yard line. And here as Emmitt Smith goes up the middle and is stopped short of the goal line by Jason Belzer. Too many tackles, you'd have to say, by the Colts secondary in this first quarter. With less than 3.5 to play, first quarter. Wide open, Darrell Johnston, touchdown, and the Cowboys have taken the 6-0 lead.
Well, you come into the game, you worry about Aikman, you worry about Emmitt Smith, you worry about Harper, you worry about Novacek, you worry about this guy, you better start worrying about him.
Here is Potts. You know that he got the Cowboys' attention with his running the first time the Colts got the ball. That time the middle linebacker, Ken Norton, held him to a 1-yard pickup. So there's an extra back and one less linebacker on second down and 9. Trudeau completes his pass to Kerry Cash, the tight end. There's a fumble, and the Cowboys may have recovered. Yes, they do. That's a killer for the Colts, and Jimmy Johnson's team will have another big opportunity up to his speed. 2 tight ends again, and they send Johnston in motion. The pitch goes to Emmitt Smith, trying to cut inside. He does. Emmitt Smith, he may get it. And Smith with a stiff arm, and did he get over? No saw yet. We do not have a call of a touchdown, and apparently he did not get in. Now they do. They signal touchdown. That was the longest delay before a touchdown call I've seen in quite a while.
Well, the problem is the official was checking his body parts after getting smacked on the sideline there. He ends on, you see it like Emmitt does. A sweep right where things are being strung. There's the hole. Look at him break. And now it's just the speed of Emmitt Smith and a dash for the pylon. Watch what happens at the end, and you'll see why the official wasn't too quick There's Jay Novacek with a nice block. And here he is as Emmitt Smith sneaks in. It's 14-0 and time for the Colts to start throwing the ball.
Here's Potts, Roosevelt Potts. Boy, he has been impressive in this first quarter. So Darren Smith at linebacker, and that's what Trudeau's going to try to do on 3rd and 3, and the pass is caught, and that'll be a Colt first down. Making the reception for Indianapolis, Sean Dawkins, the #1 draft pick out of Cal, and a gain of 8 yards. 3 wide receivers. Potts gets a good hold off the right side. Roosevelt Potts maybe caught from behind, but another sizzling run and a penalty marker. 2 of them are down at the 37-yard line after a 34-yard run. Darren Smith.
One of the things available was a face mask.
Face mask, 5-yard penalty, number 27, tacked on from the end of the run. First down.
You don't go laterally, you attack. And when you make your decision, you make it quick, and that's what Potts does. And right here at the end, here it comes, face mask.
Anthony Johnson, who's their leading rusher and receiver coming into the game. Going out as a receiver here, and the pass up the middle, and wide open is Johnson. Darren Woodson makes the tackle, and Anthony Johnson, who was born in Indianapolis and was a 2nd-round draft pick from Notre Dame. The 21-yard line. Anthony Johnson, a play fake, and Trudeau's pass is intercepted again, and the 3rd turnover of the first half, and that was Kevin Smith.
To bring Langhorne underneath. One of the things you've got to live with if you play a rookie or rookie mistakes. Dawkins stopped in the middle of his route, and that's why the interception was made.
Whatever. So it's a first down for the Cowboys, and Troy Aikman throwing, and he completes it to Michael Irvin. Nearly regained his footing and got a few more out to the 32-yard line. And first down on the 32-yard line, and the pitch is to Emmitt Smith. Nowhere to go. Great ad-libbing by Emmitt Smith as he gets 7 yards on the play. We have an injured Colt, Steve Empman, to cheer about here with Steve Empman, who is the cornerstone of the future of a very impressive defensive line for the Indianapolis Colts. As we said, all of them weigh 300 or more pounds, but Empman is definitely the key to that line.
And the point must be made here. It was the left knee of Steve Empman he hurt last year. That is his right leg. He's injured this year.
The 3rd wide receiver, first time the Cowboys have gone this way, 3rd and 2. And Aikman has to dump it off, and it's to Alvin Harper underneath. And it's going to be an incompleted pass. I'm not sure why the officials did not blow their whistles earlier and let the players go after it and maybe risk injury. It was clearly not caught. Tony Stargell was defending on the play, and we may in fact have someone shaken up after all.
If you're thinking fumble and you're full speed defense, you're trying to get that ball.
Yeah, he ran smack into Derek Gaynor, who came in as a blocking back for Troy Aikman. And we echo his sentiments. So 2 members of the Colt defensive unit have been wheeled off. First 10-10 at the 16 for Jack Trudeau. Trudeau's got a lot of time, and he's going to go deep for Dawkins downfield, and he's got it, and a penalty marker down. Sean Dawkins still on his feet, and is chased out of bounds by James Washington in the big play of the game for either team. 69 yards.
A lot of contact, a lot of pushing downfield as that ball was in the air.
So a first down on the 16-yard line. Play fake for Trudeau. With one man on his shoe, he throws the pass away. Casillas had a hold on him, and Roosevelt Potts was the receiver, and wisely Trudeau threw the ball away before going down himself. So here's 2nd and 10 on the 16. Again, Trudeau on the draw play to Potts. Potts getting inside the 10-yard line, and James Washington rides him down after a pickup of 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. Out of the shotgun is Trudeau, and the pass up the middle is caught at the 5-yard line, and that was the running back, Anthony Johnson. James Washington on the hit, a gain of 5. It'll be 4th down and 2, and the crowd urging the Colts to go for the touchdown, and that's what Mark Chabrota is going to do here, at least to this point. Or they have a first down. Goal now at the 3. And I think Potts started a little early. There's the pass caught for the touchdown and maybe called back to Kerry Cash.
Movement, that was offsides, that was dumb.
Trudeau's pass into the corner, and it's incomplete. Dawkins was defended by Kevin Smith. There's a flag down to him.
Let's take another look at this play. Good floating pass by Trudeau. Thrown right at the back pylon. Look at that. Nice throw. One hand. He actually has possession, but does not have possession inbounds. And that flag came from the back judge.
3 wide receivers. Dawkins lines up to the right. Here is Trudeau getting some pressure. He's got Potts open, but he drills it, and the pass is knocked down. It was intended for Jesse Hester, and Larry Brown knocked the ball down, and there's another penalty marker.
Oh, were they kidding this time, Dick, or do you think they meant it?
And that'll go against the Colts. Holding, and a first down. Robert Jones in. Here is the give to Culver, and he'll lose it back to the 10-yard line. Keep in mind that the Colts have turned the ball over 3 times, twice inside the Dallas 30. Jeffcoat is in up front. Washington and Bates in the secondary. Trudeau gives ground and throws the ball away. He was chased up front by Russell Maryland and Jimmy Jones. And the Colts fans are booing their offense. 28 yards. Ron Stark will be holding. And Biasucci makes it 7 in a row, but it's a bittersweet end of a drive for the Colts, who should have had 7. So it's Cowboys 14, Colts 3, 6:33 on the clock.
No doubt that they can take on a team from San Francisco.
First down. Dumped up the middle to Novacek. Good touch pass by Aikman, and Novacek brings it out to the 35. A gain of 14 and a first down. Pitches to Emmitt Smith, trying to reverse his way, and is stopped for a loss. Quentin Coryat. We talked about Entman, the #1 pick. Coryat was taken on the first round as well out of Texas A&M, and only 11 career games, so a lot of people on the Colts feel he's still a rookie.
Get used to playing at this level.
Second down and 10. Price, the second tight end, goes in motion. Aikman's pass is caught by Michael Irvin, and he is down at midfield, actually in the Colt territory. A pickup of 16 and a first down. Second down and 10 on the Colt 49. Here is Emmitt Smith getting ground, slowed up. Smith has not been able to get untracked against the Colt defense territory. Aikman has time, and the sideline pattern. Alvin Harper. That's the story. And this time the give is to Potts, bursting up the middle. What a brilliant power run up the middle by Roosevelt Potts.
You had Smith, you had Gant, they all got a ride.
Passes to Jesse Hester underneath and out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:47 remaining in the half. A gain of 6. That was Larry Brown defending. Colt 35. They go to Potts for a meal ticket, and he's got the first down. You know, it's amazing. We go back to when the Colts had the ball inside and they gave it to Culver. I would have pounded into Potts all the way, and they would have scored the touchdown even from as far out as 10 yards. From the 40-yard line, Colts have 2 timeouts remaining. Out of the shotgun is Trudeau, and his pass is caught by Hester, and he goes out of bounds to stop the clock. Smith defending after a gain of 7. 7-yard line, again out of the shotgun, and an inside handoff to Johnson, and he's going to be thrown for the loss by Jim Jeffcoat.
By Jeffcoat and making that tackle on that draw. That's his job.
Third down and 7. 3 wide receivers. Trudeau goes underneath to Johnson, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds before he gets to the first down marker. A gain of 5. And right now, to give you an update on the injuries to the Colts, let's go down to Leslie Visser. Leslie?
Dick, an update on the two injuries. As for Steve Entman, his is serious. He has torn the anterior cruciate ligament on his right knee. He also tore the medial lateral and has a patella tendon injury. As for Chris Good, he has a neck sprain. That's all we know about him at the moment. I spoke with Steve's parents, Jim and Darla Entman. They said he was in a lot of pain and he was very discouraged because he worked so hard to come back from the injury on his left leg. Dick?
Cowboys get a big play out of a short pass.
Kevin Williams, the third wide out, and Aikman ducks underneath, and he's going to run, being chased, and goes out of bounds. It was Jeff Harrod, the last of a triumvirate of Colts to chase him out of bounds after Troy picked up 8 yards. Down and 2 on the Cowboy 28. Aikman dumps it off this time to Gainer out of the backfield. He'll get the first down. The clock continues to run.
Of injuries, he does have separated cartilage in those ribs. And wow, he's not wearing that harness on the left shoulder. He's got separated ribs. That's got to hurt.
First down on the 31 of Dallas. Colts were stymied last time, had to settle for a field goal. Here's a slant pass to Sean Dawkins. And they wrap him up inside the 25. Dixon Edwards and Larry Brown. Gain of 8.
Your impatience comes into play.
Trudeau drills it, and it's intercepted by Thomas Everett, his second of the ball game.
I think you got to get out the hook. You got to let another quarterback make some other decisions, because Jack Trudeau is throwing this ball right into some coverages. That ball has no business being thrown over the middle of the field into those kinds of zone coverages in these situations.
That's the end of the first half here at the Hoosier Dome with the score. The Cowboys 14, the Colts 3.
Mainly because their third down opportunities are at least 7, 8, 9, 10 yards.
Novacek in motion, and the pass to Alvin Harper on the slant in. He's got the first down. Ashley Ambrose makes the tackle, but not before Harper, who had a big day last week in yards per catch. Picks up 14. Gives him to John Taylor in the way he's developing as that second receiver with good strength. Here is Darryl Johnston, the fullback out of the backfield, who makes a reception and gets 8 yards with Ambrose defending. Johnston was a big factor in the first Dallas score, and they're already has his best day as a receiver with 5 catches. Second down and 2. And the give is to Emmitt Smith. He'll have the first down as he reaches the midfield stripe. 3 yards for Emmett. John Hand making the tackle. 2-3, the Cowboys lead early third quarter. Aikman's got time, dumps it off to Emmitt Smith. Smith gets by Bickett, turns on the motor and gets the first down inside the 40, a gain of 11, and the Cowboys are driving. On the 39, here's the give to Smith, and Smith gets a 4-yard gain with Bickett on the tackle. Second down and 6. Emmitt Smith gets a hole up the right side and gets the first down inside the 25. John Baylor making the tackle, so now the Cowboys are getting their running game going with Emmitt Smith. Ball for a little over 5 minutes. They've spread everyone out, including the tight end Novacek. He makes the catch. And a gain of 10 yards. It was 3rd and 8, and they've got enough for the first down.
He's got a helmet on now. At least he took the baseball hat.
Progress.
Might be a good sign for the Colts.
Down in motion is Irvin to the right. Aikman has Emmitt Smith, who's hit at about the 5-yard line. Will be 3rd down.
Go to his wide receiver.
Novacek wide to the right, and a running play on 3rd and 5, and Emmitt Smith is stopped shy of the first down marker by Jeff Harrod, who has played a terrific game, even though he hasn't been 100% at weak side linebacker, and it'll bring up 4th down.
17-13.
Eddie Murray.
17-3.
And a fake, and a touchdown. Novacek goes in. Well, we'll check those numbers. I know the Cowboys are getting more than the Colts bargained for.
This week, special teams coach Joe Avanzano calls an onside kick. They execute it and make it. And just a great execution by Dallas, and a basic clueless effort by the field goal block team. That is a very basic mistake.
Oh, had something up his short sleeves this week, didn't he? Since September the 20th, 1992 in the regular season, and his first pass is caught by Dawkins. Sean Dawkins still on his feet, and we may see a flag here. One of the Cowboys jumped on top of the pile. No flag is thrown. A 17-yard pickup.
Can start a drive. Can he finish one?
Stepping up, and the pass is complete. Again, it's Dawkins, the rookie from California. It's a first down for the Colts. Second down and 7 at the 42, and to give the Potts wide open spaces off the left side. And he's within a yard or so of the first down marker at 42. Third and 2. Jeff Coat might have moved. Potts is stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage. It'll be against Dallas, and it will be a Colts first down.
Offside, 77 defense, 5 yards, first down.
Ball on the 32 of the Cowboys. Here's the blitz, and Potts is decked right away. And the Dallas Cowboys timed that perfectly, led by Ken Norton, the middle linebacker. For Washington, Roper and Jones in. Pass defense for the Cowboys, and the pass incomplete. Flag is down. Hester was the intended receiver. He lost his helmet and everything. But there's a penalty marker down. What a hit put on by James Washington.
The punt here. He's got to get a first down at some point.
4th and 11. Majkowski back to throw, and his pass is caught by Johnson, and he's shy of the first down. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, you better get to the sticks. And John Roper, the former Chicago Bear, sealed up Johnson after a gain of 10.
Not execute. And the offense with Dallas has done everything right.
2 tight ends and Irvin in the slant pattern. We've seen that many times today, with a 15-yard pickup with Coryat making the tackle. Half a minute remaining in the quarter. Emmitt Smith gets by one defender and dives forward. This has not been a glorious day for Emmitt Smith. The Colts obviously keying on Emmitt, and Coryat again on the tackle.
Poorly the Colts have executed offensively.
Second down and 6 on the Dallas 43. Aikman to throw, and the pass is incomplete. There's a flag down upfield, however. Emmitt Smith was the intended receiver, and Jeff Harrod was defending. And the penalty will be defensive holding against the Colts. Early here in the 4th quarter, Emmitt Smith looking for running room, finds it. An outstanding move by Emmitt Smith behind the line of scrimmage, and he found the daylight. Got 15 yards into Colt territory.
Receivers.
And a first down. Aikman looking to dump it off again, and he does successfully to Emmitt Smith. He may have another first down. Sam Clancy makes the tackle from behind. A gain of 9 yards. And
the rest of the guys on the sideline can take a few chuckles.
Garrett Vlasic, who came into the game still as the leading rusher for the Dallas Cowboys. He played the first 2 games before Emmitt Smith came back. Gets the first down.
Marino needs to get a hold of Lawrence Taylor and ask him how do you come back from an Achilles at that age.
First down on the 21, flag down. Irvin on the reception, and it's Ambrose on the tackle. 17-yard pickup.
Great.
Pass interference, number 88, offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
But when it doesn't work, it's going back the other way. And
on the draw play, here's Vlasic. And Vlasic gets inside the 25-yard line, a gain of 8 yards that time.
He's thinking.
3rd down and 12 for Aikman, and the pass is caught by Novacek. Baylor, the strong safety, defending on the play. They may be shy of the first down, a pickup of 10 yards, so they are short of it, and Eddie Murray will come on to try the field goal. And with
guy on him, he throws you away.
He won't be throwing Murray away. This kick of 30 yards is good after Eddie Murray tied a club record with 5 field goals last week. So it's now 24-3, and we'll return to the Hoosier Dome after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Kenneth Gant is in as a nickel back for the Cowboys. Majkowski is hit, and Gant nearly intercepts the pass. Tremendous pressure put on by Jimmy Jones, who has replaced Tony Casillas at left tackle.
A problem when you have a defensive lineman coming that free.
Louisiana. 3rd down. Majkowski being chased, pressured, up for grabs, incomplete. In all due respect for Majkowski, he's quarterbacking way behind, and you know that the Cowboys are coming at him. Williams is going to try this one. From his own 40, gets driven back, but his forward progress will be about the 43. The second tight end along with Jay Novacek. Johnston, the fullback, in motion, and the give is to Emmitt Smith back in the game. Smith, trying to get close to the 90-yard mark, may have it as he crosses over into Colt territory in a gain of 8 yards. Bickett and Coryat, couple of linebackers, make the play. Fourth again. 2nd down and 2, and here is Emmitt. He's got the first down. What a nifty bit of running by Emmitt Smith.
It was pretty good.
1st and 10 on the 44. Aikman finds an open receiver. Michael Irvin gets by one defender, and he gets by again Eugene Daniel, and is out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. That's a 30-yard gain for the receiver who leads the NFL in reception yards. He hasn't hurt his numbers today.
Take your choice, pick your team. But with the weapons all the way around these Dallas Cowboys have, they have got everything.
1st down on the 14. Again, Johnston in motion, and Smith up the middle. He gets to the 10-yard line. How would you want to catch every last one of them, all the guys ahead of me, in the rushing derby? 4 at the 8-yard line. Aikman goes down and holding on to the ball that time. Remember, he was hit from the blind side and fumbled in the first half. This time Sam Clancy with Willie Pegues up front. Eddie Murray trying to kick his 2nd field goal of the 2nd half, and the kick is perfect. 32-yard field goal by Murray. He has kicked a 30-yarder earlier here in this 4th quarter, and that raises the Cowboy ante to 27-3.
Not an awful lot.
1st and 10 at the 35. Majkowski hits Sean Dawkins, and a 1st down near midfield. Kevin Smith on the tackle, a gain of 13. Hurry up offense, and we'll see a lot of Sean Dawkins, the rookie from Cal. He has done his job. Majkowski has Anthony Johnson out of the backfield, and about 9 yards on that play.
He'll get at least a half a dozen opportunities from here on out to pump these guys up.
Anthony Johnson runs for the 1st down inside the 40-yard line. Washington on the tackle, James Washington, in a gain of 6 yards.
Down, but that'll be the key. Turnovers to decide the game next week.
2nd and 9, a completed pass to Dawkins, who does a little hurdling job. And he'll have a 1st down, I believe, a gain of 14 with Kevin Smith. Play for 130 yards. 1st down, pressure on Majkowski. He's in trouble. And he got away and completed the pass to Charles Arbuckle.
Scramble by Majkowski. It was a great effort.
2nd down and 3 on the draw play. Anthony Johnson. And a good block. They got Gann out of there on a good block inside. 11-yard pickup. Kevin Smith made the tackle. Fumble. Majkowski went after it. So did one of the Cowboys. And it's Colts ball as Majkowski recovered the loose ball game for the Colts. Majkowski's pass drilled, and it's intercepted by Ken Norton. Penalty marker down, however, at the 5-yard line, and we may get this back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be defensive pass interference because Jesse Hester got mugged.
The man who intercepted touched in front of the receiver and the defender. Therefore, the contact had no bearing on the interception. It is 1st down.
Randy, you called that.
They were just kidding. What he's saying is there was contact. It is illegal contact, but as Norton cuts in front, the contact behind him becomes irrelevant, and Norton does get himself an interception.
The Cowboys win their 3rd straight game after losing their first 2. 5 turnovers helping the Cowboy cause. And for Ken Norton, his first regular season interception. He had one in the playoffs last year. 4-1 would be tied for the lead in the division. 1st and 10 at the 26. Majkowski completes to Dawkins, and he's hit at the 30-yard line. Making the hit was Kevin Smith. Play at Pittsburgh, and if they fall 3 behind, it can almost kiss the division goodbye. Hester goes out of bounds with a loss to Dallas.
Well, especially when you're looking at a New Orleans offense that's developed the offense they have with Wade Wilson at quarterbacks.
3 Cowboys. That's how much time remains in this game. Majkowski drills it, and he was going downfield for Langhorne, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Back for the Colts.
4th down and 6. Majkowski is going to give it up, and the Colts will get it on the Well, the Cowboys will take over on the Colt 39. More on George. You know,
out and feed it to him compared to just criticizing it.
Derek Lassick gets some running room up the middle, and that will bring us the 2-minute warning as Lassick gets inside the 30-yard line, a gain of 9.
Left in this stadium. People forget Dallas basically plays in a dome stadium. Noise will be a big factor next week for the 49ers too, because Texas Stadium is basically a dome stadium they never got around to finish.
A successful day for the Cowboys, huh?
And there's the Dallas executive in charge of production right there, Jimmy Johnson, and his team produced. Every mistake that Indianapolis made, Troy Aikman took advantage, and he had a defense that gave up some yards, but really stifled and just snuffed out the offense of the Indianapolis Colts.
Along with Randy Cross, Dick Stockton here at the Hoosier Dome. 27-3 the final score. As the Cowboys now have won their 3rd straight game after dropping their first 2, and the Colts dropped to 2-3 as they have now lost their last 2 games.